The morning sky above Seoul turned dark as shadows fell across the city. People stopped walking and looked up. Cars pulled over to the side of the road. Children pointed at the sky with wide eyes. Massive black ships hung in the air like floating mountains. They were bigger than any building Park Jin-soo had ever seen. The ships had sharp edges and glowed with red lights. More ships appeared over Tokyo, New York, London, and every major city on Earth. Park Jin-soo stood in the Seoul Command Center, watching the screens that showed alien ships all around the planet. He was Admiral of the United Earth Defense Force, but right now he felt very small. The room was full of officers and scientists all staring at the same impossible sight. "How many ships?" Park Jin-soo asked. Captain Kim Min-ho checked his computer. "Over 300, sir." They appeared at the same time everywhere. No warning at all. The alien ships just waited. They did not attack. They did not move. They just hung in the sky like a terrible promise. Then the message came. Every television, radio, and computer screen on Earth showed the same thing. A tall alien creature appeared on the screens. It had gray skin, large black eyes, and wore dark armor. When it spoke, the words came out in perfect human languages. "Primitive species of the third planet," the alien said. Its voice was cold and hard. "I am Fleet Commander Thekvar of the Vortani Empire. You have 1 day to surrender. Give up now and your deaths will be quick. Fight us and suffer." The alien looked directly at the camera. "We have conquered 17 star systems. No species has ever refused our offer. Your weapons are toys. Your military is weak. You cannot win. You have 24 hours. The message ended. The screens went black. The command center was quiet for a long moment. Then everyone started talking at once. Officers shouted questions. Scientists argued about alien technology. Communications officers tried to contact world leaders. Park Jin-soo raised his hand. The room went quiet. "Kim Min-ho, what do we know about their ships?" Kim Min-ho pulled up data on the main screen. "The ships are made of unknown metal. They have energy shields around them. Our radar shows weapons that use plasma energy. Each ship could destroy a city." Dr. Lee Haeon stepped forward. She was the best scientist Earth had for studying aliens. "Admiral, I found something strange in their message." "What is it?" "The transmission frequency they used. It is very old. They have been using the same system for hundreds of years. They never changed it because they never needed to." Park Jin-soo looked at her. "What does that mean?" "It means they always win the same way. They show up, make threats, and everyone gives up. They have never fought a real war." Another officer spoke up. "Sir, we are getting calls from world leaders. The President of America wants to surrender. The leaders of Europe are meeting to discuss giving up. Most countries think we should accept their offer." Park Jin-soo walked to the big window that looked out over Seoul. The alien ship hung over his city like a dark cloud. He could see people in the streets below looking up at the sky. Some were crying. Some were praying. Some were just standing and staring. "Sir?" Kim Min-ho asked. "What are your orders?" Park Jin-soo thought about his daughter, Park Yoo-jin. She was a pilot in the Space Force. She was brave and smart, just like her mother had been. He thought about all the young people who trusted him to protect Earth. "Dr. Lee, you said they never fought a real war." "That is correct, Admiral. For 300 years, every species surrendered immediately. The Vortani have a reputation for being unbeatable. But reputation is not the same as experience." "Kim Min-ho, how long do we have?" 23 hours and 15 minutes, sir." Park Jin-soo turned around to face his officers. "Then we need to get ready." "Ready for what, sir?" an officer asked. "Ready to give them something they have never seen before. Ready to show them what happens when they threaten Earth." Dr. Lee Haeon smiled. "You want to fight them?" "I want to teach them why they should have left us alone." The room was quiet again. Everyone looked at Park Jin-soo. He was not a tall man, but right now he seemed to fill the whole room. "Kim Min-ho, contact all our forces. Tell them to prepare for battle. Contact Captain Baek Yuna on the submarine fleet. Tell her to get ready for special orders." "Yes, sir. But Admiral, their technology is much better than ours." "Maybe, but they do not know how humans fight. They think we will be like all the others. They think we will give up when things get hard." Park Jin-soo looked out the window again. The alien ship was still there, waiting. "They are wrong. Send a message to all Earth forces. Tell them the Vortani expect us to surrender. Tell them we are going to disappoint these aliens very badly." Officers began running to their stations. The command center filled with activity. Plans were made. Orders were given. Weapons were prepared. Outside, the alien ship waited in the dark sky. Fleet Commander Thekvar was probably preparing for another easy victory. He had no idea that the humans below were not like any species he had ever met. The clock on the wall showed 23 hours until the deadline. 23 hours to prepare for a war that would change everything. Park Jin-soo picked up his phone to call his daughter. If this was going to be humanity's last day, he wanted her to know he was proud of her. But something told him this would not be their last day. Something told him the Vortani were about to learn a very hard lesson about the people of Earth. 24 hours passed. The alien deadline was over. Fleet Commander Thekvar sat in his command chair looking down at the blue planet below. In 300 years of conquest, no species had ever let the deadline pass. They always surrendered before time ran out. This was new. Sub-Commander Velkor, Thekvar called out. The primitive species has not responded to our generous offer. Perhaps they did not understand, Commander, Velkor replied. Should we send the message again? No, they understood. They choose to be foolish. We will teach them the price of defying the Vortani Empire. Thekvar looked at his weapons officer. Target the military installation in the Pacific Ocean, the small one. We will destroy it as a demonstration. Then they will see our power and beg for mercy. The weapons officer nodded. Yes, Commander. Plasma cannon ready. Far below on Earth's surface, Admiral Park Jin-soo watched the alien ship through his telescope. He was standing on a small island in the Pacific Ocean. This island looked like a military base, but it was not what it seemed. Are you sure about this, Admiral? Asked Major Choi Soon-ho, who stood beside him. Trust the plan, Major. Dr. Oh Subin spent months preparing this place. When they hit it, they will get a surprise. The island around them looked normal. There were buildings that looked like radar stations and weapons storage. There were fake soldiers walking around. But it was all pretend. The real purpose of this island was hidden underground. In space, the Vortani ship fired its plasma cannon. A bright red beam of energy shot down from the ship toward the island. It was hot enough to melt metal and turn rock into glass. The beam hit the main building on the island. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the building exploded. But this was not a normal explosion. The building had been filled with special nuclear materials. When the alien energy hit it, it caused a chain reaction. The explosion was so big it created a shockwave that traveled through space. The shockwave hit the alien ship like a giant invisible hammer. The ship shook and spun. Warning lights flashed on the alien bridge. Officers shouted in panic, "What happened?" Thekvar demanded. That should have been a simple demonstration. Commander, the explosion was much bigger than expected. It damaged our hull. We have lost 3 power conduits. Thekvar stared at the screens. This had never happened before. How did primitive weapons cause such damage? He did not know that the humans had designed the explosion specifically for alien energy. Weapons. Dr. Oh Subin had studied every piece of alien technology that had ever crashed on Earth. She knew exactly what would happen when plasma energy hit her special nuclear setup. While the Vortani ship was still recovering, something moved in the ocean below. Captain Baek Yuna commanded the submarine Soul's Revenge. Her ship had been hiding on the ocean floor for 3 days, waiting for this moment. Surface the ship, she ordered. Target the rear alien vessel. Fire torpedoes. The submarine rose from the deep water like a sea monster. But these were not ordinary torpedoes. Human scientists had taken nuclear warheads and added kinetic penetrators, pointed metal rods that could punch through almost anything. The torpedoes shot through the water, then into space. They hit the smallest Vortani ship before the aliens knew what was happening. The alien energy shields were designed to stop plasma beams and laser weapons. They were useless against solid objects moving at high speed. The torpedoes punched right through the shields and into the ship's hull. The first alien ship exploded in a ball of fire. Then the second ship exploded. Then the third. On the main Vortani command ship, alarms were screaming. Officers ran around in panic. Sub-Commander Velkor stared at his instruments in shock. Commander, 3 ships destroyed. The primitive weapons went right through our shields. Thekvar could not believe what he was seeing. His mighty fleet was being attacked by creatures who were supposed to surrender without a fight. How are they doing this? Return fire. Destroy that submarine. The alien ship fired its plasma cannons at the water where Soul's Revenge had been. But Captain Baek Yuna was too smart for that. Her submarine was already diving deep, using the ocean to hide from the alien weapons. Target hit, Captain, reported her weapons officer. 3 alien ships destroyed. Good, reload all tubes. We are not done yet. Bakuna smiled as her submarine disappeared into the dark water. The aliens thought humans were weak. They thought human weapons were primitive. They were learning how wrong they were. In the Seoul Command Center, Admiral Park Jin-soo watched the alien ships burning in space. His plan was working perfectly. "Sir," said Kim Min-ho, "the aliens are trying to contact us. Put them on screen." Fleet Commander Thekvar appeared on the main screen. His gray face was angry and confused. "Human leader, how dare you attack the Vortani Empire? We offered you a quick death. Now you will suffer for your impudence." Park Jin-soo looked at the alien commander calmly. "You came to our world uninvited. You threatened our people. You expected us to surrender. You were wrong. Your primitive weapons cannot stand against our might. We have conquered 17 star systems, and now you will learn why the 18th will be different." Park Jin-soo cut the transmission. Around him, his officers were smiling. For the first time since the aliens arrived, humans had struck back. They had drawn first blood. "Admiral," said Dr. Lee Haeon, "I am reading massive energy signatures from their ships. They are preparing for a full attack. Expected. Signal all forces. Phase 2 begins now." The aliens wanted to show Earth their power. They wanted to make humans afraid. Instead, they had given humans their first taste of victory. And humans liked the taste very much. In space, the Vortani fleet began moving toward Earth. They were angry now. They would show these primitive creatures what happened when someone defied the Empire. But down on Earth, humans were not afraid. They were getting ready to spring their next trap. Fleet Commander Thekvar was very angry. He had never been embarrassed like this before. No primitive species had ever fought back. No one had ever destroyed his ships. "Begin orbital bombardment," he ordered. "Target all major cities. Turn their world into ash." The Vortani fleet moved closer to Earth. Hundreds of plasma cannons pointed down at the planet below. They would destroy every human city in minutes. "Target locked on Seoul," reported the weapons officer. "Tokyo targeted. New York targeted. London targeted. All major population centers are ready for destruction. Fire all weapons," Thekvar commanded. Bright red beams shot down from space toward Earth's biggest cities. The beams were hot enough to melt buildings and kill millions of people. Thekvar smiled as he watched. This would teach the humans to fear the Vortani Empire. But something strange happened. When the beams hit Seoul, the city flickered and disappeared like smoke. The same thing happened to Tokyo, New York, and London. All the cities just vanished. "What is this?" Thekvar shouted. "Where did the cities go?" Sub-Commander Velkor checked his instruments. "Commander, I am reading massive energy signatures underground. The cities we attacked were not real." "Not real? What do you mean, not real?" "They were projections, sir. Light images. The real cities are somewhere else." Deep underground, Admiral Park Jin-soo stood in the real Seoul Command Center. It was buried 300 meters below the surface, protected by layers of steel and concrete. Around the world, every major human city was hidden in the same way. "Holographic projectors are working perfectly," reported Dr. Oh Subin. "The aliens wasted all their shots on fake targets." Park Jin-soo nodded. "Humans have been preparing for this day for 50 years. We knew someone would come from space eventually. We got ready." The underground cities were connected by tunnels that went all around the world. Millions of people lived safely below ground while the aliens attacked empty projections. "Above, sir," said Kim Min-ho. "Major, Choi Soon-ho reports that his fighters are ready for launch. Tell him to begin the attack above ground." Hidden doors opened in mountains and forests all over Earth. Human fighter planes shot out like angry wasps. The planes looked old and simple compared to alien technology, but they had been modified with captured alien weapons. Major Choi Soon-ho led the 7th Aerospace Wing toward the alien fleet. His fighter was small and fast. Behind him flew 200 other human pilots, all ready to die for their planet. "All pilots, this is Soon-ho. Remember your training. Their shields stop energy weapons but not solid projectiles. Use your railguns and missiles. Make every shot count." The human fighters swarmed around the huge alien ships like bees attacking elephants. The Vortani had energy shields, but they had designed them to stop other alien weapons. Human railguns fired metal slugs at incredible speed. Human missiles carried explosive warheads that could punch through alien armor. "Enemy fighters approaching," shouted a Vortani officer. "They are too small for our main weapons. Use point defense systems." Thekevar ordered, but the human fighters were faster and smarter than the aliens expected. They flew in patterns that made them hard to hit. They attacked from all directions at once. Most importantly, they were not afraid to die. Pilot Lee Haeon, daughter of Dr. Lee Haeon, flew her fighter straight at an alien weapon port. Her missiles hit the target and exploded. The alien ship's plasma cannon was destroyed. Direct hit, she reported. Alien weapon systems are weaker than expected. Around her, other human pilots were having success too. The aliens had never fought an enemy that used solid projectiles. Their shields and armor were designed wrong for this kind of battle. But the humans had an even bigger surprise waiting. Dr. Yoon Ji-ho sat in his laboratory deep inside a mountain in Tibet. For 20 years, he had been building a secret weapon in space. Thousands of metal rods were hidden in orbit around Earth disguised as space junk. Admiral Park, he said into his radio, the orbital bombardment system is ready. Do it, Park Jinsu replied. Dr. Yoon Ji-ho pressed a button. In space, thousands of tungsten rods began falling toward Earth. But they were not aimed at Earth. They were aimed at the alien ships. The rods were simple pieces of metal, but they were moving very fast. When they hit the alien ships, they punched through the hulls like bullets through paper. The aliens had no defense against this kind of attack. We are under attack from above, Velcor shouted. Metal projectiles coming from orbital positions. Thekevar watched his ships being destroyed by primitive weapons. This was impossible. The humans were supposed to be weak. They were supposed to surrender without a fight. How are they doing this? He demanded. Commander, these humans have been studying our technology for decades. Every time one of our scout ships crashed on their planet, they learned from it. They built their weapons specifically to defeat us. Thekevar realized the truth. The humans had not just refused to surrender. They had turned their entire planet into a trap. Every weapon, every defense, every strategy was designed to fight the Vortani Empire. Sir, shouted the communications officer, I am receiving transmissions from our occupied worlds. They are asking what is happening here. Word is spreading that we are being defeated by primitives. This was Thekevar's worst fear. The Vortani Empire was built on reputation. If other species learned that humans could fight back and win, they might try to fight back too. Send a message to the homeworld, Thekevar ordered. Request immediate reinforcements. Tell them we face an unexpected threat. What should I tell them about the nature of the threat, sir? Thekevar looked at the burning wrecks of his ships floating in space. He looked at the human fighters still attacking his fleet. He looked at the planet below, where millions of humans were hidden safely underground, planning their next attack. Tell them the humans refuse to be conquered. On Earth, Admiral Park Jinsu smiled as he watched more alien ships explode in space. The trap was working perfectly. The aliens had expected to find a weak species that would surrender immediately. Instead, they found humans, and humans, Park Jinsu knew, were very good at war. Fleet Commander Thekevar had lost half his ships. This had never happened before in Vortani history. He sent urgent messages to the homeworld asking for help. Supreme Commander Zekamoth, we need reinforcements immediately. The humans are not surrendering. They have weapons that can penetrate our shields. The reply came back quickly. Impossible. No primitive species has ever resisted us. You must be making mistakes. I am not making mistakes. Send the second fleet now. On the Vortani homeworld, the leaders could not believe what they were hearing. Humans were supposed to be weak creatures with simple technology. How could they fight the mighty Vortani Empire? Send the second fleet, Supreme Commander Zekamoth finally decided. But if Thekevar is lying about human capabilities, he will be executed. Back at Earth, the war was getting worse. The aliens began landing troops on the planet's surface. They thought they could win on the ground what they had lost in space. Colonel Han Minjae commanded the ground defense forces. He watched alien landing ships come down near Seoul. The ships were big and full of Vortani soldiers. Remember the plan, he told his troops. Let them land. Let them think they are winning. Then show them how humans fight on their home ground. The alien soldiers came out of their ships expecting to find scared humans hiding in buildings. Instead, they found empty streets and silence. Lieutenant Seo Daeho led a special forces team through the underground tunnels beneath the city. They moved quietly through hidden passages that the aliens did not know existed. Target the command ship, he whispered to his team. We need their communication equipment. The human soldiers carried simple weapons, rifles, grenades, and explosive charges. but they knew the city better than any alien could. Every building had hidden passages. Every street had traps. The Vortani soldiers walked through Seoul looking for humans to capture. They did not know that humans were watching them from hidden cameras. They did not know that every step they took was being planned by human commanders. Now, Colonel Han Minjae said into his radio. Explosions erupted all through the city. Buildings that looked empty were actually full of explosives. The aliens had walked into another trap. Vortani soldiers fell as buildings collapsed around them. Those who survived found themselves surrounded by human fighters who appeared from nowhere and disappeared just as quickly. This is not how wars are supposed to work. A Vortani officer complained to his commander. Where are the human armies? Where are their battle lines? Why do they not fight like civilized species? The Vortani were used to fighting other aliens who had the same ideas about war. They expected big armies to meet in open battle. They expected clear victories and quick surrenders. Humans did not fight that way. Humans fought to win, no matter what it took. Lieutenant Seo Deho and his team reached the alien command ship, while the Vortani were distracted by the explosions in the city. They used jetpacks to fly up to the ship's hull and planted explosive charges on the weak points. Charges set, Seo Deho reported. Moving to extraction point, the explosions tore through the alien ship's armor. Deho and his men rushed inside before the aliens knew what was happening. They fought their way to the command center and captured the alien communication equipment. We have their codes, Deho reported to Colonel Han. Dr. Oh Subin can use these to track their other ships. Back in her underground laboratory, Dr. Oh Subin studied the captured alien technology. She had been waiting for this moment for months. Admiral Park, she called. I have broken their communication system. I know where all their bases are located. How many bases? Park Jinsu asked. 47 installations within 50 light years of Earth. Supply stations, weapons depots, communication relays. If we can destroy them, the aliens will be cut off from their empire. This was the opportunity Park Jinsu had been waiting for. Can we reach them? Yes, sir. I have been working on a faster-than-light engine based on captured alien technology. Captain Kwon Hyejin has been training to pilot the first human starship. Captain Kwon Hyejin was the best pilot in the Earth Defense Force. She had studied alien technology for 2 years, preparing for this mission. When can we launch? Park Jinsu asked. The ship is ready now, Admiral. We can hit their closest base within 6 hours. While humans prepared to take the war to alien space, the battle for Earth continued. More Vortani landing ships came down in different parts of the world. Every time they found the same thing: empty cities above ground and deadly surprises waiting for them. In Australia, Vortani troops landed near Sydney and found that the entire city was a trap. Every building was rigged with explosives. Every street led to a dead end. When the aliens realized they were surrounded, human forces emerged from underground tunnels and destroyed them completely. In North America, alien forces tried to capture what they thought was a major military base in the Rocky Mountains. They discovered too late that the base was fake. The real weapons were hidden in the mountains themselves, and human soldiers used the caves and tunnels to attack from every direction. In Africa, Vortani commanders tried to set up a supply depot in the Sahara Desert. They thought the empty desert would be safe from human attack. They were wrong. Human forces had been hiding in underground bunkers for weeks, waiting for exactly this opportunity. The pattern was always the same. Aliens would land expecting easy victory. Humans would let them think they were winning. Then the trap would close and another alien force would be destroyed. But the biggest surprise was yet to come. Captain Kwon Hyejin climbed into the cockpit of humanity's first starship. It looked like a normal human spacecraft from the outside, but inside it was full of alien technology that Dr. Oh Subin had modified. Control, this is Starship Unity requesting permission to launch, she said. Permission granted, Captain, Admiral Park replied. Bring us back some good news. The ship rose from its hidden launch site and jumped to faster-than-light speed. In minutes, it was traveling between the stars, carrying human weapons toward alien targets. For the first time in 300 years, the Vortani Empire was about to be attacked in their own territory. They had no idea that the primitive species they had tried to conquer was bringing the war to them. The hunt for alien bases had begun. 6 months had passed since the aliens first arrived at Earth. The Vortani Second Fleet finally reached the solar system. expecting to find their first fleet victorious and humans enslaved. Instead, they found the wreckage of Vortani ships floating in Earth's orbit. Some of the destroyed ships had been turned into human space stations. Humans were living inside alien technology, using it against its creators. "This is impossible," said Fleet Commander Rektar, leader of the Second Fleet. "Where is Thekvar? Where is the First Fleet?" "Sir," reported his communications officer, "I am detecting human signals coming from Commander Thekvar's former flagship. They are using our own ship against us." Admiral Park Jinsu stood on the bridge of what used to be the most powerful Vortani warship. Human engineers had spent months learning how to operate alien technology. Now the ship served Earth instead of the Vortani Empire. "Incoming alien fleet detected," reported Captain Kim Minho. "They have twice as many ships as the first attack." "Are our new ships ready?" Park Jinsu asked. "Yes, sir. We now have 15 human ships using captured alien technology. Captain Kwan Hyejin is leading the Starfighter Squadron." Kwan Hyejin had been very busy during the past 6 months. Her ship Unity had destroyed 12 Vortani supply bases. Each successful attack gave humans more alien technology to study and use. "Admiral," she reported over the radio, "we are ready for battle. The new hybrid ships are faster and stronger than anything the aliens have." The human fleet moved out to meet the Vortani Second Fleet. These were not the same desperate defenders who had faced the first alien attack. These were experienced warriors flying ships that combined human creativity with alien technology. Fleet Commander Rektar looked at his enemy and could not believe what he saw. The ships approaching him looked like Vortani designs, but they flew in human patterns. They used alien weapons, but with human tactics. "How did primitives learn to build starships in 6 months?" he demanded. "Sir, our intelligence reports say the humans have been capturing our technology and improving it. They learn very fast." The battle began differently from all previous Vortani encounters. Usually, alien enemies tried to match the Vortani fleet ship for ship. Humans did something else entirely. Captain Park Yujin, Admiral Park's daughter, led a squadron of small, fast ships directly into the center of the alien formation. Her ships were tiny compared to the Vortani battleships, but they carried powerful weapons in small packages. "Remember," she told her pilots, "we are not trying to outmuscle them. We are trying to outsmart them." The human ships split up and attacked from all directions at once. They used hit-and-run tactics, striking hard and then disappearing before the aliens could respond. It was like watching a pack of wolves hunt a herd of elephants. "They are not fighting like a proper space fleet," Rektar complained. "This is chaos." "Sir, we are losing ships. Their weapons are more powerful than expected." The truth was that humans had not just copied alien technology. They had improved it. Dr. Osubin and her team had found ways to make alien weapons more efficient and alien engines more powerful. But the humans had saved their biggest surprise for last. Deep in the Himalayan mountains, engineer Lim Taijun activated humanity's ultimate weapon. It was a gravity manipulation device built from reverse-engineered alien technology, but designed with human engineering principles. "Admiral Park," he reported, "the gravity weapon is ready." "Target their flagship," Park Jinsu ordered. The weapon did not fire a beam or launch a missile. Instead, it changed the gravity field around the main Vortani ship. Suddenly, the alien flagship found itself being crushed by its own gravitational forces. "What is happening to our ship?" Rektar screamed as his vessel began to collapse. "Sir, the humans have somehow weaponized gravity itself. Our ship is being pulled apart by gravitational stress." The mighty Vortani flagship crumpled like paper. Other alien ships tried to escape, but the gravity weapon could target multiple vessels at once. Within minutes, the entire Second Fleet was either destroyed or helpless. The few surviving Vortani ships sent desperate messages back to their homeworld. "The humans are too dangerous. They have weapons we cannot understand. They learn too fast. They fight like demons." On the Vortani homeworld, Supreme Commander Zekmoth received the reports with growing fear. 2 entire fleets had been destroyed by a species that was supposed to surrender without a fight. "How is this possible?" he asked his advisors. "Sir, it appears that humans are uniquely adaptable. They take our technology and make it better. They create tactics we have never seen. Most importantly, they refuse to give up, no matter how hopeless their situation appears." Worse news was coming from all over the Vortani Empire. The conquered species had heard about Earth's resistance. They were beginning to rebel against their Vortani masters. The species on Kepler 442b have destroyed their Vortani garrison, reported one advisor. They used human-style tactics. The species on Wolf 1061c have declared independence. They say if humans can fight the Empire, so can they. The Vortani Empire was falling apart. 300 years of conquest was being undone by the example of one small planet that refused to surrender. The final battle came when Captain Quan Hiejin led the human fleet to the Vortani homeworld itself. The aliens had never imagined that their former victims would bring the war to their home. "This is Captain Quan Hiejin of the Earth Defense Force," she broadcast to the Vortani home fleet. "You came to our world expecting us to surrender. Now we come to yours with a different message." The Vortani home fleet was the largest and most powerful force in their empire, but they were facing an enemy they did not understand. Humans fought differently from any species they had ever encountered. The battle lasted 3 days. When it was over, the Vortani Empire had been completely defeated. Supreme Commander Zekmoth himself surrendered to Captain Park Eugen, who had inherited her father's position when Admiral Park retired. "I do not understand," Zekmoth said as he signed the surrender documents. "How did your primitive species defeat our mighty empire?" Park Eugen looked at the alien leader who had once thought humans were weak. "You made 2 mistakes," she told him. "First, you thought technology makes you strong. But humans know that determination makes you stronger than technology. Second, you thought fear makes others weak. But humans get stronger when someone tries to make them afraid." The war was over. The Vortani Empire became the human-led Galactic Liberation Alliance. Earth became the capital of a new organization dedicated to protecting species from conquest and oppression. And throughout the galaxy, other species learned an important lesson. Never threaten a species that refuses to surrender. Never attack a planet whose people prefer to fight rather than bow down. Most importantly, never underestimate humans. They might look primitive, but they have something that advanced technology cannot provide. The absolute refusal to give up, no matter what the odds. The aliens had expected Earth to surrender. Instead, they got total devastation, and the galaxy was never the same again.